Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. The Osmonds are reforming. Please welcome the man who's spearheading the Osmonds revival, Mr. Iain Lee.
You're watching the 11 o'clock shots Thursday, the 22nd of April. Joining me tonight, she's a bit country, a bit rock and roll, Miss Daisy Donovan. And here's our long-haired lover from Kosovo, Mackenzie Crook. Now, let's meet a man who remembers the Osmonds' first time round. Not surprising, he fathered them all, leading Mormon Tommy Vance and his new slam.
Thursday, April the 22nd, and Changing Rooms comes to Belgrade. NATO gives Slobodan's house a missile makeover. No wonder he's so grumpy. The feng shui in this place is appalling. Call Handy Andy and tell him he's a twat. From a house blown apart to cars that won't start, and mechanics are accused of ripping off the public. The Office of Fair Trading are incensed. They're going to issue a report in couple of months, if they can get the parts. From fan belts to canny kelts, and Edinburgh prepares to be the capital of a devolved Scotland. So, we're losing Scotland, we're losing Wales. Where next? Guernsey? We must never allow that to happen. I love Bergerac.
Too many irons in the fire, too many irons. Small, they say, is beautiful. Now, I know that's true because I have an incredibly ugly penis. Means it's big. So let's look now at some of the smaller, more beautiful stories in today's news in our Red Top Roundup. Latest intelligence information from Yugoslavia says that Slobodan Milosevic is producing anthrax. And when he's finished that, he's booked to do the next Iron Maiden album. More news from the Queen's tour. We learned that Korea's First Lady is called Lee Hee-ho. She sounds like a laugh. Literally. And finally, top telly totty Katie Hill is so keen to land the job of live and kicking host that she's apparently taking to exposing a lot of cleavage. But a senior BBC source says she'll only get the gig if she shows off her Blue Peter vag. Daisy.
On tonight's programme, we announce the winners of our 11 o'clock show, Hello Style Celebrity Wedding. And we do our bit to make the world a safer place when Ali G meets the people who put the mental in environmentalists. No, they really are mental. Look at this clip.
You are the pixie people, are you one of the fairy folk? You are the pixie people, are you one of the fairy folk? You are the pixie people, are you one of the fairies? If you like this planet, do you want to see it go up in smoke? No!
Jamiroquai there. Builders. They make our houses and they shout at our women. And now every child wants to go to bed with one. But please, don't call the police. Go to Hamleys and ask for one of these. It's Builder Bob, and he's taking the toy world by storm. Now, you may have not have seen his TV show yet, but he's fast becoming more popular than current children's favourites, the Teletubbies, Yo-Yos and Boss Stick.
But this isn't just good news for kids. According to The Sun, the country's about to run out of builders. No one wants to do it anymore. Apparently lugging bricks and pissing out of windows isn't appealing. But Builder Bob is about to change all that. He's a new improved builder. As you can see, Bob carries his pencil in his tool belt, not wedged in the crack of his arse.
Builder Bob is, and I quote, cheerful, trustworthy and safety conscious, and not a fat inbred jippo with a history of domestic violence who steals your leather furils.
Bob never fails to turn up for a job and always sees it through to the end, rather than turn up on the first day with 2 bags of gravel before fucking off to Tenerife for a month with his mate Terry.
Bob doesn't take 8 sugars in his tea.
Bob doesn't shop in Argos.
Bob doesn't screw your wife.
Bob doesn't wear Aramis.
Bob doesn't screw your daughter.
Now, Bob doesn't scratch his balls in front of your kids.
Bob doesn't make copies of your keys to give to his mates.
Bob Bob doesn't leave copies of Razzle in the loo.
Bob doesn't go to cockfights.
Bob doesn't stink.
Bob, we salute you.
What would you do if someone gave you a Teletubby, some Viagra and a toothbrush? Probably clean your teeth, pop a pill and take Lala from behind. Well, not if you're in charge of the Millennium Dome. They've just unveiled these items of some of the greatest British inventions of all time. But surely there are better things than that to capture the spirit of the millennium. Iain went out on the streets to find out what you think should be preserved, didn't you?
Surely we're all in too much of a hurry to forget the achievements of this, the second millennium. With that in mind, I've come here to London to see what the man on the street thinks we should put into our very own time capsule to represent mankind's progress over the past 1,000 years. Have you got any suggestions for things that should perhaps go in there?
The new design of taxi cab.
I'd also put into there a modern book, for example, a John Grisham book, to show the type of popular reading that people have.
Have you ever kissed a girl?
Yes.
Is that your own time capsule you've got in there?
Yeah.
What's in there?
No, there is a lot of clothes because I go to Greece.
Other things here that could possibly go into the 11 o'clock show time capsule. We've got some pans. Huh? Do you see these? These pans. Should we put pans in that time capsule?
No.
A Scotch egg?
Well, it wouldn't represent the millennium to me, but, you know, I guess I'm out of touch.
We've also got TV celebrity MacGyver. Should he go in there?
Yes.
You like MacGyver?
He's very versatile.
Manimal.
Definitely not.
He used to change into animals and stuff.
Definitely not.
I've never seen it, but I mean, that sort of stuff, the whole nonsense of it seems so sad that that's representative of the best of our millennium, for Christ's sake.
With today's technology, it's dead easy to clone people. Now, should we put in some celebrity pubis? We've got Jimmy Savile's pubes. Do you want to see that in the time capsule?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Oh, no, come on. It's Jimmy Savile.
We got the pubis of the delightful Jan Leeming. Should we put Jan Leeming's pubes in that time capsule so that future generations can clone her?
No.
Should we put tricks in our time capsule?
You mean magic tricks?
Well, I mean, look, sorry, you got something on your tie there. Hey, should we put that
You won't be there. No, not really.
in? Should we put a live rabbit in the time capsule?
Well, I presume you don't mean literally live, eh?
Yeah.
Representation of a live rabbit.
Well, an actual live rabbit representing a live rabbit, yeah.
No, I mean, why would you put a live animal in any time capsule?
Well, you should put a monkey then, so they could see how men looked like.
But to what?
A monkey.
So that wouldn't show how man looked like, that would show how monkeys look like, wouldn't it?
We are for monkeys, aren't we?
Animals don't represent our millennium at all, do they? You can the height of man's development and culture. How does a rabbit represent that?
Don't know. Right, OK, well, we'll just close it. And on that note, thank you very much for your help.
No problem.
So there we have it. The British public have spoken. This has been Iain Lee, 11 o'clock show, London.
Now, NATO have been so impressed with Mackenzie Crook's stint on Forces Radio, in particular his ability to ignore facts and disregard the war, they've actually promoted him to a NATO spokesman. Just in the middle of his first press briefing in Brussels, I think we can go over to him now. Let's have a listen.
So, as you can see here from this reconnaissance photograph of the target, we were left with no option but to engage in strategic bombing of the circus. SAS intelligence have told us of Serb plans to deploy clowns, and there have been unconfirmed reportings of a bearded lady within the vicinity. The result of which we had to hit, and hit it hard. We missed, obviously, but let me tell you that this dry cleaners next door will not be doing any business for a good while.
Scott Lindridge, Washington Post. Could you give me any information about the deployment of land troops?
No, it's gone, sorry. Next question.
Baz Bamigboy, Daily Mail. What about the Apache air attack? How's that going to unfold?
I haven't revised for this one. I thought this was in next week's briefing. Sorry. Next question.
Tom Randall, Watt Hi-Fi. Could you recommend a good mid-price amplifier?
Good question. The Lin Collector LK85. It's a little boxy at low volume, tends to get a bit fluffy on the lower end, but at this price, who cares? It's got a 10-band graphic equalizer with DBS output and Dolby Digital surround
We'll have
sound.
to leave that in-depth NATO briefing there, but we'll return to Mackenzie Crook later in the show. I love the ladies. I love leather. And I love free holidays. Put them all together and what have you got? Jill Dando. Holiday Princess Dando is trying to revamp her image by posing on the cover of the Radio Times, dressed from top to toe in sexy black leather. Who needs wank mags?
Dirty Dando is in good company, but she's not the first to swap Alicante for no panties. She's following in the orange-faced footsteps of former holiday presenter Judith Chalmers. See you after the break. Welcome back to the 11 o'clock show. Now, we'd like to take a moment to apologise for comments made on yesterday's show concerning the friends of Prince William, who were pictured in newspapers leaving a Soho nightclub after a party. We now realise that describing this group of young people as parasitic, inbred, upper-class, horse-toothed ponces might have given out mixed messages. As might our light-hearted assertion that in any decent society, they would be used for vivisection or fuel.
And it was simply inappropriate for me to put on this hat, stick my teeth out and say, I've had a shiny, look at my bum!
We unreservedly apologise to these young people who were, after all, merely enjoying a pleasant evening out. And we'd like to balance these negative comments with a picture that shows them in a better light.
All in all, we are very sorry. In fact, we're very sorry. You posh twats. In a lifetime, the average Brit will spend a total of 10 years watching television, unless, of course, they're from Liverpool, in which case they'll get 10 years for stealing televisions. But this week, it's International TV Turn-Off Week. No, nothing to do with Martine McCutcheon. It's the campaign to make us turn off the goggle box, led by anti-TV spokesman David Burke. Hi, David. Pleased to meet you. Sit down. Now, you work for the organisation White Dot.
Yeah, that's right.
What is that?
White Dot, we wrote this book, which I'm plugging, so everybody should buy my book.
Right, but none of your people who are into your thoughts will be watching this programme, will they?
What?
Because you tell people not to watch TV, so they won't be watching this.
No, that's right. In fact, he's not your friend. And I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
And we don't know you.
We're not friends.
We're not friends?
Me and Daisy aren't friends.
You could be dead. Yeah. What do we care? We don't know you.
Care.
You're sitting home. What are they doing? What's this guy doing? He's watching a box.
Yeah.
You're watching furniture. You're home watching a piece of furniture.
Can I just say there, actually, I do love you. Especially the ladies.
Yeah.
What was the last programme you watched on television?
It was probably Twin Peaks.
And did that scare you so much that you thought, I can't watch it again, it's frightening?
Yeah, that's right, that's right. No, I don't know. I just found, there's more to life than sitting home.
That's a good point.
Watching furniture.
Because you could be playing PlayStation.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Or you could be wanking. Now, at my school...
That's better than watching television.
I normally combine the two. Hardcore pornography.
Good work.
Cut one off. Interactive. Excellent interactive. I don't know. Now, at my school, the only kids who didn't watch television were raised by hippies, smelt of poo, and got beaten up because they didn't know what was going on in Grange Hill. Is that what we want for our children?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Yeah. Didn't know good beating. What about arts programmes? Like Melvin Bragg. You found a hat. See, you don't watch television, you see a hat. Oh, my God!
I know.
There's a hat!
I know.
Christ!
I know.
No, what? I swear to God, if you watch television, they have hats programmes. You'd love it.
That's cool.
Absolutely love it.
Here, wait. I'll tell you what. Watch this, right? Just continue the interview.
Okay.
But no, focus on him. He's the star here. He's your friend, right?
That's right. Come on, I'll tell you some
You
jokes.
talk to the furniture, and the people watching will watch the furniture. And then that'll be like that'll be ironic and postmodern.
Dave, calm down. I know. I've got a serious question for you. This is a serious point. You're obviously getting very excited. If this is
wait. Let me make a serious point.
Wait. If you never If you never watch television, how do you know this isn't an elaborate hoax for Beatles About, a programme you've never seen?
Good point. Good point. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Berg. Thanks very much. Today, the papers are full of that dress worn by that wife of that geeky leader of that hopeless opposition, the Tories.
Theon Haig, that Welsh glamour pig, wowed photographers at London's Café Royal last night in a jewel-encrusted sari-type turquoise thing. Turquoise.
So, what did the papers think of a curious Eastern couture? Let's find out what the papers ought to say in our regular feature entitled, ironically enough, What the Papers Ought to Say. The Daily Mail announces...
The Theon factor was spectacularly resurrected last night with a touch of inspiration from the East.
When what they ought to have said was...
The Theon factor was spectacularly resurrected last night with a touch of inspiration from Debbie McGee.
The Telegraph says...
Her dress, with its references to Indian architecture and art, was clearly intended to support her husband's efforts.
Which actually meant...
She looked like the Bombay Palace, Croydon High Street. We'll deliver over £10.
The Express says...
The 30-year-old wife of Tory leader William Hague revealed a new fuller figure in the £400 dress.
When what they meant was...
Who ate all the pies? Who ate all the pies? You fat bastard, you fat bastard, you ate all the pies! Trees and meadows and rolling hills and dales and hedges and ancient sacred woodland. They get in the way of our motorways and they're full of rats. But some people love them and they'll even tie themselves to a tree to save it from the axe. So who are these people? We sent Ali G to meet some mental eco-warriors.
Everybody is talking about the environment thing. What is they banging on about? I don't know. That is why it's come down to the tree protesting site to solve the problem of the environment. And maybe to mash up some police.
Ali's environment, Ali's environment, Ali's environment.
Wicked, we're here at the HQ of the tree people. We're gonna go in, help them out. For them people out there, what is they actually doing? Why is they here?
Because there's so little space, from what I can gather, there's so little space left in London, and they want to put a multi-storey cinema complex and a rooftop car park for 1,000 cars.
But is it going to be one of them new cinemas with all the air conditioning and the Dolby surround?
Well, I don't know. It will be a modern structure of some sort, but do we...
But they is wicked, no? Should they not build this one and knock down the crap ones and then build trees there? So wait a minute, tell us what is this? That looks really wicked.
Do you think so?
It's going to be the shame. It looks quite good. On paper it looks quite good. No, it looks horrible.
Me meet the tree, me meet the tree. Me meet the police, me meet the police.
We're now going to meet the main copper, the guy who's sorting it all out. If it comes to a ruck, who do you think's going to win?
It isn't going to come to a ruck.
But if it does?
No, it's not going to come to a ruck. This is being dealt with as peacefully as possible.
Is it possible for us to get in?
Not at this stage, because it's still dangerous.
Is it because I'm black?
Not at all.
Do you not think it's time for them protesters to start looking after themselves and protecting themselves properly?
Well, violence doesn't solve anything, does it? No?
Well, I don't know, it does.
It does, it doesn't.
Yeah, but it mainly does.
Not really.
Come on.
You can't conquer nothing with violence, can you?
Well, you can.
In what? In what situation?
Well, in a violent one.
Who are the pixie people? Are you one of the fairy folk? Who are the pixie people? Are you one of the fairy folk? Who are the pixie people? Are you one of the fairies? Do you like this planet? Do you want to see it go up in smoke? La, la. We save the tree, we save the tree. We save the tree, me name Ali.
Alright, me has heard both sides of the argument. Me don't understand either of them. But me is well up for a rock anyway.
Book out, hear me now, anyone come on, easy now.
Give someone else space, he's serious, you wanker!
You can take our trees! You can take our trees, but you can't take our freedom! You can take our trees, but you can't take our freedom!
little girl. Is it because I was black?
We're having a laugh. Just time now to see how Mackenzie's getting on with his NATO briefing. Let's listen in one more time.
Thank you, gentlemen. That concludes today's briefing.
Hi, Mackenzie, it's Ian. How did it go today? Any tricky questions or anything?
Oh, yeah, actually, someone asked me about the secret locations of the SAS troops on the Kosovan borders, but luckily I had this detailed map to illustrate. As you can see, they're here, but nobody guessed the secret HQ over here.
So, Mackenzie, I hear you bombed Milosevic's house this morning.
Yes, we did.
Was he in?
No, unfortunately, I think he was out. It's Thursday, so he might have been at karate.
Mackenzie Crook there, doing a great job for NATO, and an even better one for the Serbs.
Everyone loves a wedding. Where else can you punch your uncle, be sick in a hat and steal a toaster? What could possibly improve on that age-old formula? 2 words, monster and monster.
Monster, monster!
Yep, Eric Hall was just one of the stars up for grabs in our fantastic competition launched on this show last month to give one lucky couple their own Hello-style celebrity wedding. And tonight, we're proud to announce the winners, our very own 11 o'clock show bride and groom, Carl Hebblewhite and Lee Gard. Carl. Bless you. Wonderful. Fantastic. I'm so glad you found the gift of love. Now, you do like television, don't you?
Yep.
Fantastic, that's a good start.
More so now.
Now, how are you both? You OK?
Great.
And you are genuine fiancés, aren't you?
Yes.
And when's the big day?
Saturday.
Saturday! Oh, well, here's Daisy with the highlights of your big day, courtesy of the 11 o'clock show.
Now, as you arrive at the church, who better to meet and greet you than former TVAM weather girl Wincy Willis? That's lovely, isn't it? Then it's into the church and up the aisle. But who's that usher? It's none other than ski jump legend Eddie the Eagle Edwards. Yay! And after the moving service comes a lavish reception. And who's there to toast the bride? Scary Gladiator Cobra! Woo! Isn't that brilliant?
So there we go. Are you excited now?
Yes.
Well, I know we promised Duncan Norvell. He said no, but don't worry. Congratulations, good luck for Saturday, and we'll see the highlights of your very special day on the show next week. Ladies and gentlemen, the 11 o'clock show's first ever wedding couple, Carl and Lee.
Hooray!
Congratulations. Well done.
Now, before we go, you might have missed this teeny story in today's Sun. It reveals that the Kosovans have been asking for food aid, and Britain has generously responded by offering them our manky, BSE-riddled beef. Delicious. This isn't the first time Britain has tried to get rid of livestock in a war zone. 2 years ago, infected cows were shipped to Cambodia to officially live out their days, grazing in obviously lush meadows and frolicking in grassy pastures. However, unofficially, the cows were there to be mine detectors.
Now, we think we've got a better way of getting rid of mad cows in Yugoslavia. Simply drop them on the enemy from specially adapted Beef-52 bombers. I love the smell of rump in the morning. Good night.
Good night.